Saludos a toda la gente, gracias por conectarse. Estamos en una entrevista muy importante, muy especial con Oscar, el guitarrista líder de Hammerfall. Bienvenido a Ecuador, virtualmente. Oscar, welcome to Ecuador. La gente te espera con muchas ansias.
I remember that we did it. I don't remember any details about it, but I do remember that we went to we had a couple of hours the next day, so we went to the equator afterwards, and to just have to walk on the equator, which is something we've never done before, which was really cool. And we bought some. I don't remember what the name of it was, but that little sort of monument that was there on the actual equator, and we bought some liquor yeah. I still have that bottle actually. It's open, so I don't think you can drink it anymore. Because it happened, it's so many years ago, but I still have the bottle on my shelf in the house.
Ok, en una entrevista anterior escuché decir que los fanáticos son vitales y para Hammerfall y particularmente los de Sudamérica porque cantan hasta los riffs de las canciones. ¿Qué esperas tú, Oscar, de la fecha que abrirá su retorno a nuestro continente junto a Halloween?
Yeah, that's it's always. It's been like that. We've been to South America on well, not every tour, but almost for 25 years. As long as we've been. I think the first one was 99 actually, so not quite, but yeah, almost. And it's always something we all look forward to a lot because the audiences are different in a good way. They are. I like to compare it. If you compare it to let's say Germans or Swedish people, for example, it's not that those people are bad or it's boring to play for them. It's just so much fun to play down in South America because people have I used to say that they have sort of like their feelings on the outside of their skin. They just don't care if they hear something they love, they go crazy for it. And people up here are a little bit more reserved. It's a little bit more like taking care of it, but that's part of the reasons we love to come to play in South America so much because of the connection we get with the fans, the immediate connection, I should say.
Oscar, del debut de hace 25 años con el Legacy of Kings al disco último de ustedes, al Hammer of Down, tal vez, ¿cuál ha sido tal vez la clave de ustedes para mantenerse, digamos, siempre con sus fanáticos, con el éxito, a pesar de los altos y bajos?
Well, I think from our point, it comes from the fact that we love this type of music. That is why we started playing it in the first place, and that is why we have continued to do it. And I think also that is why we have been able to maintain a career over 25 years, because we love this form of music before Hammerfall. I mean, we grew up with this type of music. That's the only thing we wanted to play. Our hobby more or less became our work, so to speak, because we were able to live off of our hobby. And that is something I'm so fortunate. It's something like that I keep with me all the time because I know not a lot of people get to do that. And I think that's the passion that we have is a big part of the reason why we've been doing this for so long.
Oscar, algo que siempre me ha cautivado de Hammerfall es su arte gráfico, como por ejemplo en el comic book de este disco. Bueno, siempre con Héctor a la cabeza, ¿no? Por favor, a excepción de Inflicted, que no estuvo Héctor en la portada, cuéntanos, ¿cómo es el proceso de arte y, bueno, qué significa para ustedes tener este caballero en cada una de las portadas?
So this comic book that you're holding up is it was just we didn't have really anything to do with that. It was a fan who said, "I like your music, and I also draw, stuff." And so he had this whole comic planned, and we said, "It's a great idea. Let's, we could release it, bundle it together with the album like that, and." Just to see if that was a fun thing for the fans, basically. So we didn't really have anything to do with the actual comic, and that's 20 years ago now. But the artwork itself is something we take a lot of. We invest a lot of time in. We have exactly. We have a cover artist that works on. He hasn't done everything, but most of the stuff we have released. His name is Sam Weiss, DDA, and he works at Blizzard Entertainment in the US. And he was also one of those. He just contacted us and said, "I'm a big fan of your music. This is what I create when I listen to you guys." And we said, "Wow, this is awesome." We contacted him, and he's been doing stuff for us ever since. And he's really great to work with. He has a good sense of what Hector needs. Hector is the name of our mascot, the guy on the cover. Yeah, exactly, that guy. So we take a lot of care to make sure that he's doing something that makes sense and that looks good. But we do this together with Sam. So it's a great collaboration with him.
Ok, bueno, Oscar, una pregunta que quiero hacer. ¿Qué significó para ustedes que en el nuevo disco de Hammerfall esté incluido, aunque sea una parte muy pequeña, la presencia de King Diamond?
That's incredible for me as a fan. You know, like I said, I've been a fan of this type of music since I was a kid, basically. So having King Diamond on a Hammerfall album was something that it was too big to even conceive of. And this happened kind of not by accident, but it was never, we didn't plan for this. It was just an idea that we came, when we recorded the album, I mentioned that I wrote this part, it would be so cool if King Diamond sang on this part. So that's how I envisioned it, but never, I was just saying it. I didn't think anything of it. But then Pontus, our guitar player, the other guitar player, he's also a sound guy. He does the sound for King Diamond usually on tours. And so he knows King, obviously, he's done it for years. And he said, I'm sure if I ask him, he's going to do it. And you know how these things are. Somebody says, yeah, of course. And then it's never going to happen. But it did happen. And I'm thrilled for that. It's King Diamond is one of my biggest musical, maybe not influences in terms of how Hammerfall sounds, but influences in terms of what I love to listen to. And so King Diamond, that was a once in a lifetime thing. Basically, you know, I'm so happy that we made it.
¿Y qué significa tocar con Helloween? Porque en esta versión que yo tengo acá del Legacy of Kings, ustedes incluyen el cover I Want Out.
Yeah, it is really crazy. I mean, Halloween was also important for Hammerfall. They were around when we were growing up. We listened to them. It was just one of those other bands that we didn't really think we would be able to tour with. And now we're, so many years later. But the cool thing about that song is we recorded it because this was in 1998. So Kai Hansen was no longer in Halloween, but we recorded it in his studio together with him. He's actually singing on the song as well and playing guitar. I don't think I play a guitar on that at all. I think it's Stefan and Kai, if I remember correctly. So that was another one of those things. It's unbelievable how the young Oscar would never have been able to believe this if they told him that this was going to happen one day. And to make matters even better, on this actual recording, we recorded 3 songs, and one of them was Head Over Heels by Accept. Yeah. And we had Udo Dirkschneider in the studio singing together with Joachim on that song. So he's actually singing backing vocals on I Want Out as well. So this is just, I can't believe that I'm actually getting goosebumps, and how it's 24 years ago, but it still means so much to me, because these are people I've looked up to, I listened to my whole life. Just having them on a Hammerfall, recording them with them together, it's unbelievable.
Perfecto. Oscar, del nuevo disco de ustedes, destaco la canción Not Today, que según las palabras de Joachim Camps, refiere de vivir al máximo porque la muerte nos llegará tarde o temprano. Tal vez crees que este es un tema que debe ser tocado en la época en la cual sobrevivimos al COVID.
I see what you mean. It's a good idea. We have we have thought of that, but it makes sense. It speaks to what we went through, what the whole world went through in the last couple of years. But the thing is also, when we do this tour with Halloween, we have 60 minutes to play, and it's very difficult to fit in 12 albums in 60 minutes. Okay. It's so we have a set list that we do. And the 60-minute set list, there's no time for anything really other than songs, and we haven't rehearsed that one. So it's a great idea, but unfortunately it's not going to happen on this tour. But eventually, maybe once COVID gets away completely, we might rethink it. Thanks for the tip.
Oscar, gracias por estos minutos. Quisiera que por favor cierres este espacio con un saludo para la gente de Ecuador y particularmente para la gente de Cuenca. Hay mucho rockero en Cuenca que así como viajó un lunes hace 20 años, va a viajar ahora en martes para volver a verlos.
It's yeah, we can't wait. Like you said, it's been now 21 years. That's the only time also we've ever been to Ecuador, to Quito. So it's a big thing for us as well. I'm so happy about this tour because we do get to go back to some places we only visited once before. So I hope that people who come to the show will be there for a full great evening of heavy metal, because that's what you're going to get. And we are going to kick ass for you. I'm sure that I can promise you that. And I hope that the people who come to the show are ready to kick ass with us, because that's how a heavy metal show should be. It's one big heavy metal party. The band on stage performing, the people in the crowd giving and taking, and all the energy flowing around. That's heavy metal when it's at its very best. And that's what we're hoping to get in Quito.
Thank you,
Oscar.
Thank you.
No worries. Thank you so much, guys.
I see you soon.
Taking the time.
See you in the next interview.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.